All right, let's get a check on the crypto market now. We see it's red on the screen. Yeah, just like yesterday, we're seeing Bitcoin there, investors in that market trying to find out what's going to happen with the US CPI data, and that's impacting the whole market at this point. Is all red from what I see here. So definitely we see Bitcoin 1.98% down. Let's look at the top cryptocurrencies we track, get a closer look into the price action. Now we see the likes of Ethereum. If you could put up the cryptocurrencies that we track, 1.79%. BNB, big 2.68% drop. Cardano, 33 cents, 1.69%. So we're seeing big drops right there in the crypto market. Let's see if that's for sentiment. Let's see if that's bringing on fear. Yeah, it's bringing on fear at this point. 39 points. It was neutral for about 2 days, and now the markets, investors in the market are fearful at this point. Let's see if extreme fear comes into play at some point. Let's look at the headlines now. We see Bitcoin, even with this drop, is the best asset class of 2024. Even though we see markets are bracing for US CPI data, now we also see Bitcoin that becoming is the best asset class right now. Seasonally, it was seasonally weak in the third quarter, according to a recent report from New York Digital Investment Group. So we're seeing Bitcoin there. If you're looking at year to date, it's the best performing asset class globally. Then we see Optimism. That's a cryptocurrency token there is distributing about 10.3 million tokens. So that might impact on the price of the OP token with this release there. Some of those receiving might just go on and sell all of that proceed there. All right, let's bring in Shehu Dania now, the CEO, Alpha Geek Technologies, joining me via Zoom. Great to have you on the show, Shehu.
Hi, good afternoon, Ladi.
Yeah, Shehu, you're in the UK, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, so you don't have any fuel issues like I'm going through.
I have
right here.
You have a lot of domestic operations that require,
Oh yeah, right,
yeah.
So definitely you're feeling the pinch, even though you're in the UK with PMS prices here. But so let's get into the matter now. We're seeing Bitcoin declared the best performing asset in 2024 currently, even though it's still at about $61,000. It's not gone past new highs, at this point. So how are you seeing this assertion there?
Yeah, so of course, Bitcoin has indeed been an outstanding year for Bitcoin because, of course, we've had the halving earlier on in the year, even though we did not get the kind of impact that was expected, but we got more interest. Things like the ETFs, which was also to increase the adoption for Bitcoin. So let's look at it in perspective. From the beginning of the year till now, Bitcoin has probably gone over 49%. If you compare with your other traditional assets like the S&P 500 and even gold. Gold has been doing well this year, but it pretty much has been about 10%. The S&P has risen about 15%. So if you put everything side by side, the numbers underscore that Bitcoin has done fantastically well compared to these other assets.
Right, and if you look at the market, it almost seems most investors are looking out for that alt season because they know that when the alt season comes, somehow their monies are multiplied even more than just investing in Bitcoin. But it seems alt season is nowhere in sight at this point. And is it ever going to come?
It will come, but it might not be as been over the typical years because now we have more interest, we have more adoption. People are being more cautious as to how they invest in these assets, in this particular asset class. So Bitcoin, because of the fact that Bitcoin is a store of value and is of course referred to as digital gold, that's why we see that the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top cryptocurrencies are the ones that are doing fantastically well. Alt season will come, but I think it has been watered down by the introduction of these too many meme coins this period. So most investors, apart from high risk takers, would definitely not want to invest in that asset class of different alts.
Right, and seeing there are over 20,000 altcoins there, I wonder what some of these coins are actually doing. At this point, they just keep minting new coins into this market, diluting the value of the market. But do you think investors at some point it'll just be Bitcoin most investors will be looking at in this market?
At the end of the day, it brings an introduction for digital assets. Technically, it's a new way of money. Since we've come from the cowrie days to paper money to long to gold. Now we have digital money, but now the cryptocurrencies, digital assets which are encrypted and on the blockchain will then be a new introduction. So I believe all this is introducing this new asset class, this new type of money, which is, I think we're all going towards a global economy where different countries are able to operate with each other. So I believe that in the nearest future, the stable coins will come to stay. Most countries will either endorse or have their own central bank digital currencies, which would then be spendable between their citizens. As we see, even in Nigeria, we've embraced regulation has come for digital assets. We also see that NIBS is also working to implement some blockchain technology in order to improve their services for interbank transfers. So
Right.
definitely in the nearest future, most of the altcoins will fade away. Bitcoin will stay as a store of value. Ethereum will stay for its use cases. The smart contracts and the actual use of it, and then we'll have probably some other ones like maybe XRP or Stellar, which is built for interbank transfers and those kind of things. But a few will stay. But I believe that in the nearest future we'll all work towards having central bank digital currencies.
Right. And what do you think investors should do with this information now, knowing that Bitcoin, is the best performing asset class in 2024? Is it time to take profit?
Basically, it's not financial advice, but the way a traditional investor will do is have a long-term mindset, buy in early, know that you're going to be there for a very long time, because after some time, there are only going to be 21 million Bitcoin that's ever going to be minted. I think right now the total supply is already about 19.7. So we're getting close to the point where there will be scarcity of Bitcoin, technically. People can buy it for the long term. Those who want to trade can also look at the charts. So if you look at from 1 year ago, Bitcoin was sitting at maybe 26K. This year is 62K or 60. Right now, 61, 62K. Someone who bought in at exactly 1 year ago would have made about 120% profit. Somebody, you can always take profits and then wait for another cycle, if you get what I mean. So it depends on the trading strategy. But I believe that what people should do, diversify their portfolio. It's also very risky. It's something that everybody needs to do their own research. But it's definitely an asset class that I believe that people should, put a little percentage of their portfolio in.
All right, I guess interesting times ahead. I wonder how it'll look when all of the Bitcoins are finally mined. But I guess at some point, we'll all find out. Thank you so much, Shehu Dania.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a great day.